Hi, this is Marlene, Astrologer Extraordinaire. This is probably just going to be a really short video. Almost every time I say that, it ends up not being short. But this is going to be more on narcissism. I have a lot of stories from way back 3 or 4 decades back. There's a whole glossary for narcissistic behavior. I can see a lot of the patterns relate to particular circumstances that happen to me. The narcissist decides to call an extended family member to have a little conversation about me. So they decided that they wanted to readjust their will. She decides to call one of my cousins. And she says, oh, by the way, we are going to write Marlene out of our will. I think then it was beyond communication between us, because I'm trying to remember the timeline of when I severed our relationship. I think that was very shortly after. I feel they had maybe given it some time to see if I was going to come back around and apologize for their bad behavior. A narcissist, it's all about projection. They have to project all of their nasty, toxic habits onto you in hopes of baiting you to get a response or a reaction. Ring, ring. My telephone rings one day and I pick it up and it's one of my cousins. She said, well, I have to tell you something. Somebody from your family called me today. I asked her who it was and she told me. And she said, yeah, she made it very clear that they're going to write you out of their will. My response to her was, I said, you know what? I'm near 100% positive that I've never even been in their will. And I still believe that today. So she was hoping to get some sort of reaction out of me, or likely hoping for me to give her a call back after I got off the phone with my cousin. I'm sure that she wanted a reaction. And she never got that reaction. I didn't try to call them out on it. I just let it lie, let the pieces fall where they will, and move on. Had to cut that relationship off. So it's been that way for more than 30 years now. So this was quite some time ago. It was a tactic. That person intended for me to get angry, intended for me to get upset, and exactly the opposite happened. That's just behavioral tactic that unfortunately we all have to deal with. So I just wanted to share that story because I have a whole lot of other stories. They're really ugly, but I've got to get them out of me. Hopefully somebody else won't have to go through what I had to go through. That's the whole point of this. Alrighty, thank you, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye-bye.